sleepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together, the Adam family. It's Nia. It's Nia. What's up, y'all? This brother Tim coming at y'all. Change the camera angle on you. There you go. All right. It's great to see y'all today. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Nia. Kind of cold and rainy, and I know you're like, what's wonderful about that? Well, the cold wakes you up. Now, for those that don't know, today we are gathered for our toast, and every day we toast our Creator, our ancestors, our children, and of course, the principal of the day. Why do we do this? We do this because this helps us remember our why. Why are we waking up every day? A lot of us just wake up because we have to. I am challenging you to take the toast with me so that you can remember your why. And that's so appropriate since today is Nia. And purpose is about finding your why. Why you do something. Man, Nia. That marvelous principle, that marvelous point in the week when we remind ourselves of why. We drink water. Why? We start off with water. Why? Water helps your system wake up. Water keeps you hydrated so that you can hang on to life. Water is a major carrier of the life force that our ancestors, and at least in some traditions, called Ashe. This Ashe helps us make it through the day, gives us energy that we need to help and bless others. As y'all see today, I'm drinking purified water, which is nothing but boiled city water. They can't fool me. Don't allow them to fool you. I drank all my distilled water. Come on, drink your water with me. Come on. Man, we got to talk, family. We have to talk. And I know a lot of you, after I get done talking about what I'm talking about today, on this day of Nia, may unsubscribe from me. May stop watching my videos. May get rid of my podcast. May just shut down my blog. But it's cool, because we got to talk, family. And today, the talk is going to be titled, oh man, I don't know. Today is going to be entitled, Practice Your Position. Right? So we did 16 ounces of water. And I found the oldest ambrosia that I have at this point in time. This just came out. Let's see if it's alive. And you got a little bit. Hold on. Let's get it. Let's wake it up. Scobies and everything is asleep. Now I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. They awake now. They awoke. For those that don't know, this is that ambrosia, known to some people as kombucha, but known to those connoisseurs as June or June. This is the most mature one out of my batch right now. I like drinking the mature ones because they got all the probiotics that you need. So we're going to toast our ancestors. And our creator first, toasting the ancestor. That creator, that grand ancestor. The source of all sources. The creator of all things. We call on that energy to bless and guide us throughout this day. To give us strength and to help us remember that when we look into the face of our children, we're looking into the divine. When we look into the face of our co-workers, as hard as it is for some of us to see, we're looking into the face of the divine. When we look at our leaders, we're looking into the face of the divine. And when we look in the mirror, we're looking into the face of the divine. Or at least an aspect. And I think that's going to, you know what I'm saying? Because after this talk, a lot of y'all are going to be uncomfortable. So we toast that creator. Next, we toast our personal ancestors. We remember those individuals that made it possible for us to be who we are. Today, I guess this week I've been really vibing on my grandfather because one of the things that my grandfather left that I am able to use, besides some of his words, are his ties and a few suits. And just the other day I was wearing a pair of his pants. I was proudly wearing a pair of his pants. So I toast. And today my focus is going to be on my grandparents. When I speak of my grandfather, Cleveland Brown, toast you. Geneva Brown, I toast you. And Margaret Ellis, I toast you. All of these individuals made it possible for me not only to exist, because all of them in their own special way gave me gifts. And I'm not talking about Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. They gave me time. They gave me, which is very important. They allowed me to ask them questions. They allowed me to really sit down and talk with them. And for years, long before cell phones came out, I used to carry around a little black book. And it wasn't the black book that my friends were striving for. In my black book, I was marking down the names of my ancestors because I wanted to know a little bit more about my family. So I was able to sit down and talk with them and write down the names. So when you hear me quoting names, I got those names directly from the oldest people in my family at that time. So I salute my grandparents today, but we salute all of our grandparents, our parents, our uncles, our aunts, our cousins, our friends that have passed on, and we toast them, and we take this moment to reflect on them and the gifts that they gave us and the time that they gave us and the resources that they gave us access to. And we toast them and we say, Ashe. From there, we move on to the present moment, right now. I need everybody present with me that's doing these toasts with me. In your toast, always toast the moment. Always remember the moment. Because everything that we're talking about from the past, right? Our ancestors, our creator, all of everything that they are and everything that they do empowers this moment. It was their sacrifice that made this moment for us to be here together. Me to talk to you on a little device sitting in front of me, right? It was their work that made this moment possible. So we reflect on this moment and we will live fully in this moment. And we say Ashe. Because when we live in this moment, it allows us to move to the next part of the libations. Because it's from this moment that I look forward and remember that I have a responsibility to my children, my children's children, and on to infinity, because everything that I lay down in this moment will one day affect my children. And I think if more of us thought like that, we will honestly look at this moment and make change. So we toast our children. Well, no, we toast this moment. And then we also toast our children, our children's children, and we say, Ashe. I forgot to call our ancestors, but I'm going to call them now. We toast and we say, get them out, get them out. I want y'all to see something. Now, this is the same batch that I just showed you less than a day ago, 2 days ago. I want you to watch what happened when I pour some water in. Hold on. I want y'all to remember that it hasn't been over 3 days. I'm going to pour some water in because some of y'all can see what's about to happen. Because if you go back less than 3 days, the water will be all the way clear because there wasn't any sediment. But because this is a living thing and it's still creating, it's still fighting for life, it's still trying to grow, it's still existing in the moment, the water is becoming a little bit more cloudy after I go through because there's more residue. What's the residue, Brother Hotel? The residue is those probiotics, those living organisms that are recreating themselves in the bottle right now as we speak, creating the carbon that allows it to make that sound when you open it. When you're drinking ambrosia, when you're drinking kombucha, and you allow it to age, especially those of you that's going to take the challenge and learn how to make your own, always be aware that the older it becomes, the more sediment you get. Okay? I suggest that you drink that. That's the fruit of your labor. So we're going to go through our regular ritual, our cleaning, our meditation, and then we're going to get to our talk. Actually, we're going to mix those up a little bit, but be sure to stick around. Listen to some of the artists. If you like the music, let me know. I can let you know how to get in touch with most of the artists that I have, because some of them, I was just listening to one track that I was listening to, and one of the brothers passed away. I'm like, wow, I got some old music. But hey, I'll see you in a second. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Here be that crime life, rhymes tight, I light up 5 mics, represent for mine right, 46th Street in that limelight, Wolverine like fingertips on the beat, ripping your eyesight, a hater back, no homo nigga, I'm not your type. Half of these niggas on the mic ain't got the heart to fight. Niggas just part no bite. Please, nigga, don't start tonight. This the kind of stuff that you bang behind the wheel on something that's been on 22s with gold grills while I'm smoking. So I'm high on the road still. Better move out of the way before you become roadkill. Get the vibe like oatmeal in a cold seal of a nigga who couldn't post his bail. Why he run? Why he shoot? Why he go through hell? They have heavy bags that broke the scale. Weak niggas get choked for mail. Please excuse me, miss, cause I'm so for real. Yeah, we come through and let you know the chill. Crime life.
This here be that grind life.
Crime life, nigga.
Represent that grind life.
Represent that crime life.
This here be that grind life.
Yeah. Crime life to the death until the day the Lord puts my sick soul to rest. I will be forced to rep, bang nines and texts. It's down hard in that bug-eyed Lex. But let's get deeper in depth. All the strain and the pain, hardships I've met. 21 jump years, homeboy, I'm a vet. You hold it down, yeah, nigga, I bet. Blow by you through the lane, drop two when I bang, who's next? Pardon me, no disrespect, but your G's ain't real and I don't feel y'all set. Love and live life, loyal, we embody respect. I can see you ain't believing in that, cause one prick got knocked, your whole hood got popped. Now you missing from the city blocks, while we scheming on this cream and we tryna have the city locked. From the corners to the car wash, nightclubs and barbershops.
This here be that grind life. Represent that grind life. This here be that grind life. Grind life. Represent that grind life. Represent that grind life. This is be that grind life. Grind life. Represent that grind life. This is be that grind life. Represent that grind life.
Peace, fam, yo. This is gonna be one of those short, quick, and maybe painful. Well, I can't say quick. You already know I'm long-winded, but today is Nia. Got my cheat sheet. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna be getting next month's ready, but we're gonna have a book coming out with the Nguzo Saba Challenge. And today is Nia. The M7 principle, of course, is purpose. The Myotic principle is balance. The Hermetic law is rhythm. The African male names, I forgot to get this for y'all, but I'm going to get this, is Kofi. And the female name is Afua, right? Fua. I got a daughter named Afua. Peace, Afua. How you doing? Child born on Friday. Girl born on Friday is Afua. Boy born on Friday is Kofi. Or male born on Friday or female born on Friday. All right. So I woke up and I'm trying to align each one of these conversations that we have with the principle. So of course, I'm coming from African Openness, the Tree of Life. We almost done with this, at least the first part of the book, the first book of the book. And the proverb, as you notice at the beginning of this clip, is right practice is true knowing. Say the knowledge holders. Right practice is true knowing. And today being Nia, and we're looking at the concept of right practice. I want y'all to think about this, man. Right practice is true knowing. And Nia is understanding your reason, your why, right? And one of the things, let me change this angle real quick. And one of the things that I really want us to really start focusing on, at least for today, is to consider the fact that we all are not leaders. And I know this go against the grain of what everybody is teaching you, but when we look throughout history, the most underrated individual in historical events have been those followers that had made the historical event possible. Did you hear what I said? I mean, because we could focus on the Martin Luther Kings, right? We could focus on the Taharkas, right? We could focus on the pharaohs and the kings, but none of these would be in prominence if it was not for the crew of followers that they had. Now, I need to let you know what I mean. I'm finding that a lot of people that I'm in contact with are not happy because they have not been playing a position. They've been dreaming about another position. And when they get that other position, they're dreaming about another position. And when they get that position, they're dreaming about another position. As Yoda say, you were never where you were. You know what I'm saying? You were always striving for something else. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't improve yourself. But what I'm saying is we should learn how to play and practice our positions. Right? Everybody is not a Malcolm X. Everybody is not a Martin Luther King. And even when you look at those individuals, the ranks that they came through, right? They all started off in a position of following orders. A lot of us don't want to deal with that. A lot of us are lying to our kids, right? A lot of us are lying to ourselves, right? Be a leader. The key fallacy in that analogy is that if everybody was leaders, the human race would have never survived. You have those individuals, yes, that rise to prominence, yes. And in rising to prominence, they are able to move people to another level, yes. But those individuals, right? Those individuals started off as the most important part of the organization. Followers, people who were living and doing their purpose in the position they were doing, and they was able to rise to prominence when an opportunity presented itself. One of my favorite shows when I was younger was Star Trek. And the star of Star Trek at that time was William Shatner. And William Shatner played Captain Kirk. And Captain Kirk was the captain of the ship. But the bottom line was that Captain Kirk was a whore. I'm just saying. Captain Kirk was trying to fuck women from one end of this galaxy to the other end of this galaxy. Captain Kirk, right, was smart, but he wasn't as smart as Dr. Spock. Captain Kirk could help treat an injury, but he couldn't treat an injury like Bones. Captain Kirk was an alright navigator, but he wasn't as good as Sulu sitting up at the front. Right? Captain Kirk could fight, but he wasn't as good as his first officer. Right? Star Trek, for me, was less about Captain Kirk and more about his team that was able to fulfill the goals that he set. Captain Kirk without Scotty is a dead ship in space. Captain Kirk without Spock, right, is a sporadic, emotional fool that would have got everybody killed. You know what I'm saying? Captain Kirk without Bones or Dr. McCoy was just a unemotional, uncompassionate, ego-driven individual. It was the team that made Captain Kirk able to rise to prominence. And it's the same thing around us, right? What position are you in? A lot of times you find that a lot of people aren't happy because they're not where they want to be. They're not happy because they are not, or they have not identified their purpose and have not started working towards it. A lot of us are blessed with positions, and rather than focusing on becoming the best in that position, we start dreaming and fantasizing about other positions. So the thing that I'm stressing today is right practice. Right practice where you are. It's true knowing. Right practice will put you in a position that if you want to move to leadership, you are able to move to leadership by you practicing the position you are in now. Many of us want to advance in organizations, but we don't want to mop the floors, and we don't want to sweep the steps. We don't want to chop the wood, and we don't want to carry the water. But all great leaders start off chopping wood, carrying water, serving. You know, for some reason, a lot of us run away from this whole concept of serving. We want to be served. But ultimately, the best leaders are individuals who have served. And in serving, they are able to have compassion for those people that they lead. And they're able to have compassion. And that ability to have compassion allows them to develop the relationship with those individuals that they lead, which inspires those individuals that they lead to do their best in their positions. And by those people doing their best in those positions, help that leader move to a position of prominence and helps that organization grow and become powerful. This is Brother Hatem. I want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. All right? So we're going to move to our workout. you for watching the video. I want you to subscribe. Click the bird right there, the fiery bird. And I also have a special video just for you, right there. And for those that want more information about Gye-Nyame Journey, go to our site. It should be right about there.